Thanks for joining me here again on Szpakowo. It's episode 9 with me, MrSealyp. Ladies and gentlemen, it has just gone. It is just 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It's just gone 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Here on Szpakowo, I came to pick up my van, and as I was backing up, noticed, I don't know, on my windscreen, an interesting note, a curious note, and it has me intrigued somewhat. It reads, "Dear MrSealyp, imagine my surprise when I found out you were in the area too. As I recall, you do enjoy a nice spot of socialising from time to time." That is true. So if you fancy a bit of a knees up, then please feel free to grab a decorative food item and drop by the house behind the tailor shop after 10 p.m. See you there, an old friend. Well, there's a curiosity for you. Am I being lulled into find myself in someone's basement? You know, you just don't know these days. The tailor's is over there, isn't it? Somewhere. It's only 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so 10 p.m. I'm going to be heading off. Find out what that's all about. I am intrigued. So anyway, that being said. It is time for. I was coming to get the pickup, and then suddenly thought, I've just remembered something. I was supposed to be getting a harvester. I say supposed to be. I bought a cornfield, didn't I? So I need to do the corn harvest. I was thinking maybe a corn dryer as well. If we get a corn dryer, we can make some more money, can't we? I think we can. I don't know what the corn dryer requires. Does it need methane or propane? Hey there, Barbie. So let's see what we've got. Let's see what we can do. Hello to you too. Becoming quite good friends here, aren't we? Right, so I was going to see if I could just buy that little the Matador, which is pretty cool. Oh, mind you, I mean, I'm just looking at these prices. We've got enough money. But that's only got a 2,150 litre tank. To be fair. There's a John Deere there for 120 grand with an 8,000 litre tank. Oh, obviously these we can go as bonkers as we want with those. Mind you though, so I was going to go with that, the John Deere, but I forgot about the TARDIS. 10,000 litre, 99,500. I'm going to get one of those. We'll leave it standard. We'd have to go. Yeah, we'll leave it standard. And we can go John Deere if we wanted to. If we wanted to make it look like a, you know, the old faux deer. And we can go with anything we want. Oh, bit much. I'm gonna do it, people. Now we need a corn header this time. So actually, I don't know if there's a corn header that comes with this, is there? Oh yeah, there you go. We've got standard 6 mile an hour. Or we've got one that runs at 12 miles an hour. 35 grand or 50 grand. God, they're quite expensive for the headers, aren't they? 6 metre. I'm thinking, if the standard one is a 6 metre and runs at 6 miles an hour, you've got the one that comes with the John Deere 800, which is a 6.1 metre. It's only 10 grand. Will it attach though? That's the only worry. If it doesn't attach properly, that could be a bit of a problem. Well, you'll see in a moment what I've decided. We also need to get a regular header for doing regular type stuff. And again with this, I think we've got the option of the standard, which will run at 7 miles an hour, or again 12 miles an hour. But that's not too bad. 30 grand for a 12 mile an hour header. Not craziness, but you know, it's double the speed. It's not Chris S. Riley S. sort of speed. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. I mean, that's 7 miles now. I suppose that's faster anyway. Oh, you know what? Let's go with buy that, and I'll have a save, and we'll see what we can do about this. I'm probably going to need a header trailer, aren't I? Oh, I don't like header trailers. They're a bit pants. Right. Let me decide. By Jove, it only goes and works. 10 grand, lovely. I bought one of these header trailers as well. I haven't used one of these for a while. I don't know if that goes down there. Is that goes down there? Is that far enough up that? Will that automatically attach? I don't know. I can't remember. Let's go a bit further up and detach it. See what happens there. It's just sliding, but the other header I've just moved over to one side. So we've got our gear. So they're small headers, and I like this one because you can attach and detach nice and easily without any nonsense. So what we're going to do is head over to our cornfield. You must remember I need to be back by 10. I'm also going to show you some stuff at the yard because some things happened. You know how things happen. What do we do on this? Can't remember. We do that. Oh, this isn't going to work, is it? No. Oh dear. It needs to be further down the doodaddery. That does not look like it wants to attach either, does it? Just suddenly realised as well. Just suddenly noticed something. Realised there's a few of these knocking about. I forgot about these. We can use them as well, can't we? Oh, what? Nice. We need a forklift. We've got a forklift. I forgot about that. Right, please work this time. What if I... Nope. Blanked. Right. Try it again. No. 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 Absolutely horrendous. While I'm heading out, it can work. It does work because I just did something else. I don't know what. I suddenly thought, oh, I know what I'll do. I'll take this up like this, and if I grab a vehicle to tow the trailer, I mean, a lot of times you see harvesters, and you'll see something else towing the header on a header trailer. It's not always the harvester that does it. So I thought, I'll just use another vehicle to tow the header trailer. Put the other header on, and thought I could have done that with this. Anyway, regardless, I don't think we're going to get much traffic down here. I've got a little. Actually, I will stop now. Got a little, just a screenshot to show you. I did three silage baling harvests and some silage baling on my own field, which I'll show you in a moment. Actually, I'll show you that now. We can whiz through here. How far is it? I don't think it's too far, is it? No, just through here. So our field we bought at the end of the last episode, I bought all my gear out and baled it. Voila! Not too bad at all. So we've got a few silage bales. When we get back to the farm later, I'll show you the other stuff. So I had 3 baling contracts, all silage bales, all to the same place. So I took on the contracts. Lovely job. And then realised immediately I hadn't borrowed items. I had just taken on the contracts, which is fine because I have my own gear. And I thought this is going to take me forever. So I thought, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to lease a baler wrapper. So I leased not the quick bale, just the fast bale. Is it the Vicon, whichever one it is, the fast bale. But I must have made a mistake somehow. I don't know what happened. It was very peculiar, but it wouldn't take them. I did all the bales, took them over, and it wouldn't. Nothing was working against the contract. I honestly can't for the life of me work out what I did wrong. So I'm going to have to go into the field here. Am I going to get through this gap? The problem is why you need a header trailer. Maybe I will. So what I ended up doing was taking some of my silage bales that I already had, that I'd already produced and were sitting there waiting for me to use. I used those to complete the contracts, and then the other bales I just piled up. So it's going to look a bit different when we come back to the yard. I've got all the straw that I was doing, that's all baled, that's all stacked up as well. So I think for the time being, if you're sick and tired of bales, I think we're done. I think we're good. Oh, another cornfield here. Be a bit more pricey this one, I think. Ours should be coming up. Ours was next door to the one we did our first harvest on the last episode. No, I'm managing to get through here, which isn't too bad. There are some shortcuts across fields. We've got a bit of a bump up into our field. Yeah, we go. Look. So I'm thinking, yeah, we'll get the corn off the field. Whoops. There you go. New header, damaged already, brilliant. And oh, that's a bit tighter. Breathe in. There we go. And then I think I might get a corn dryer. The other thing I said about doing, didn't I? I said about getting the Lely sphere. Now we've got cows going. You put that near a cow barn, and using the cow air and another product. What else do we need? We need something else, don't we? Is it urea? I can't remember what it is we need. We have to buy that. We can produce our own liquid fertilizer. So I think our chemical, is it chemical fertilizer? So, one of them, but that's about 80 grand, which we can afford. And again, it now steps to our new. Oh, it's working. It's harvesting. Take that off. I'm pleased that hooked up. Yeah, so I could have gone with the one that went with the harvester, which would have been, what did I say it was, 35 grand, or that one for 10. Doing the same job, and apparently it's 10 centimetres wider, so I mean, you know, what's not to like? The harvester's got a 10,000 litre capacity. It cost me 100 grand, fair enough. I could have gone for that other one for 17 grand, but the tank capacity, as we found out earlier on, was only 2,000, what was it, 2,152, 250, something like that. So this, I think, is a better option. All round. We have got rain coming. I haven't checked the forecast, so actually while we're going in a straight line now, probably not a bad idea. Let's go to... That's all the contracts. Rain at 5. Why seems to be rain at 5? Time's it now? Oh, we've got plenty of time. Then I'm going to have to get up here and sort this out. So while we're doing that, I guess the thing to check now is, oh, that means more, I'm going to have to come do more soil sampling, aren't I? Because I won't have any information on the field. And I think I'm going to go chemical fertiliser route. I think we're going to sell slurry and digestate to other farmers that require it, but I think personally, just for ease of use, the other thing as well I haven't got and realised as well, I might have to invest in, I haven't got any of the sensors. Because a couple of times I've been doing the work, I've had the sensors on the wing mirrors. You can buy the other ones that attach as well. I didn't have any sensors either, which it does now. So maybe that. Just trying to make life easier, really. So if we go back down to, what do we want? Yeah, we're going to need to do soil sampling. Probably need to soil sample these as well, actually, to give us, if we're going to put any fertiliser down our grass fields. That's probably not a bad idea, is it? After corn you usually plough, so I have to plough this. Bit of work. This is one of those maps as well that what I really like about this, off the edges of the map, so we're getting to the limit of the northern part of the map here. There are fields that have got harvesters in, and you've got a field over there that's got a baler that's baling, and there's bales out in the field. That's another level of immersion. Oxford and David's maps often have things like that. I know Court Farms did, didn't it? And I like that. Often you'll just get a map edge and it'll go off and you'll see a couple of buildings. But having equipment and machinery out in the fields, I know a lot of people have been asking and saying what they want to see on FS25 is more of that. Where we've got fields you don't own run through an AI cycle, don't they? So they'll go through their harvesting season. They might come up as contracts. If they come up as contract fields, that's fine. But if they are going through a process of being seeded or being harvested or whatever it is, people want to see that process happening. I mean, that's a lot to be getting on with. Even if you had, I suppose, even if you had contract fields, so a certain amount of fields were your contract fields. And then, sorry, I should have just kept that going and lifted that up. There we go. Yeah, if a certain amount of your fields were contract fields, the ones, there might be 2 or 3 on the map that aren't contract fields that had an AI system that have workers that will run through a cycle of. That would be very cool. What are you doing? I've forgotten all of my controls today. There we go, raise the header. So, drop the header, there's better. That's better. We got our own harvester, people! And both headers. Normally it takes me ages to get to a point where I get both headers. So we're going to do alright off this as well. So I guess I need to start looking at what do I want for my spreading of fertiliser. Do I want to get something that I've used before, something that I know doesn't honk through the stuff ridiculously fast? Oh, what's that one I used? So I'm probably going to have to line this as well. Get a straight row, straight line. Let's go to that and that and that. Needs ploughing, needs rolling. Definitely needs ploughing. It's not going to show me that. It's definitely going to need ploughing. But if we come to there, yeah, we're going to need to do some soil sampling as well. So a few bits to be getting on with. Soil sampling are bits I can do even if it's raining, I guess. As long as I get this harvested before 5, which we should have no problem with, we'll get back to the farm. I'll show you some bits there, and then yeah, then we'll see what's going on with this note, this intriguing note. I was considering, should I just buy another field? But I think because there's some other bits and bobs I've got in mind for purchasing. We're in a weird time as well because it seems to be the only crop types left with us. We've got some carrots, we've got some red beet. As far as harvesting contracts goes, tons of baling contracts. So I could just start picking up baling contracts. I am thinking, you know, because we started off with that baler and I bought that baler wrapper, the bale wrapper, whether or not we need to invest in a baler wrapper. There is the fast bale, there is the quick bale, and I've used the quick bale before, and again, it depends how you feel about it. The fast bale does the same job, although the fast bale is a lot more expensive. I think for 60 grand we can get a quick bale, which means we can continue to pick up jobs. And now we've got a load of bales stored up. Anything over and above we can sell, which will make us good money, and there are a ton of contracts available. I suppose the other things as well, I mean, I can't afford anything like that yet, would be to get the Chrome Big M, get the 450. If you're going down the route of, you know, we're building up, we've got stuff for doing baling, but if you want to go into doing baling contract work and like properly get into baling contract work, you're going to need some more heavy duty gear, especially if you're going to be knocking out the acres. Can we get to end the field before we hit 100%? My money's on no. No, we're not. There we go, pipe out. So I'm going to head back to the yard. Let's just put that down. Engine off. I need to get a trailer up here to unload that. And I'll show you in the yard what I was talking about the bales. It's a very peculiar. I don't know. Oh, hang on, I've just realised what I did. Yes, I do know what I did. Oh, Muppet. I thought what I'd do is I'll whiz back, grab this. So, like I say, if you tow it to something else, it's no problem at all. So, the other thing of note, let's just pull this over to the side here. Our manure heap. Did the manure heap work? That was the overriding question. I know you know who you are. You watching, yes, you were thinking, I don't know if it's going to work. I honestly don't know if it's going to work. I was the same. It worked. Oh yes, we are getting manure. Excellent stuff. Yeah, so this is, I moved some of the bales around. I used some of the silage bales for the contract, and then these were the silage bales from the contract. I had to put them down. But at the end of the day, and these were the bales that we wrapped using the whole Gavile gubbins. So these were the bales from the Gavile gubbins, and these three were the ones that I'd put in the hayloft in there. And I thought I'll just bring them out and put them here. They probably shouldn't be left outside, especially if it's going to rain. And at some point we may need to look at building a shed. Which I've said a few times now. So potentially, like I say, if I can replace that and that with a baler wrapper, that's not a bad shout. So what I need to do now, I need to get a trailer up, but I also need, but that's trailed. Like I say, I need to get the plough up there, but let's get the trailer up there first. Drop that weight off. Actually, I'm just thinking, if I sold the cultivator, if I don't mind ploughing every time, and it doesn't bother me if I plough every time. I know I shouldn't, because with the precision farming on your environmental score is appalling if you plough every time. But if I then get to a point where I've got a direct drill, I mean, to be fair, that is technically a direct drill we've got, isn't it? But the fact it says the field needs ploughing. It's one of those weird things that has been ongoing, and I've thought right from the outset with precision farming, you've got the two different systems where you've got the field info screen. It will say needs ploughing, needs lime, needs rolling, you know, that kind of stuff. But then you do the precision farming. Precision farming is, oh no, don't roll, don't plough, anti-ploughing. You mustn't plough. Which one do you go by? Which advice do you take? Do you say, well, it's telling me I need to, so I probably should? Blimey, I actually look for traffic. Let's do this. So, I think, what was our extension? It went from 18 something to 23. I think that's what we've got, haven't we? So we might fill this more than once. It's a lot more corn than I thought we were going to get, which is cool. So, like I say, yeah, I'll have to check and see, because I can't remember how much the corn dry was. I've got a list of things I want to get. And we don't really have, other than doing contract work, and some of the big contracts now I've gone. There is a red beet one that's paying 29 grand, which I suppose I could take on. Might take a while, but let's get this on the road, just out of the way a bit. And the contract work is what's been earning me my money. And then obviously, you know, selling off the other farm was a great one. I had quite a few people message me and say, as soon as I mentioned it, they were going to send in offers for the farm. But it sold. I mean, like I said, it was almost like paying. It got snapped up. I'm assuming someone locally. It was done through like a, I suppose an estate agent. It's like a farm, 4 farms. You see them all over the place, actually. Farms for sale across the UK. I'm always keeping an eye out, you know, in case of that lottery win. Some of the prices, some of the farms are, you look and think, oh no, that is cool. Nice bit of land, farmhouse, couple of barns, this, that and the other. It's like 2.5 million. Whoa! Yep, that's not going to be me. And that's, of course, it's a lottery win. Win the Euro Millions, you know, 120 million. Yeah, right. I might be up for that. Could you imagine, though? Could you imagine winning the lottery like that, the Euro Millions or something? Going and buying yourself a farm, and then being able to just go out and buy a brand new tractor. Just, you know, just say. But then I'd be doing what I do in game. What one would I want? What manufacturer? What? I'd be all over the shop, you know. Anyway, I'm going to get the rest of this done, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the little Mercedes up with the plough, get the ploughing started, and then I'm going to start looking in the brochures for fertiliser spreader. I might use, is it the 6 ton? Now, what is it called? Is it an 82 Studio 1? I can't remember now. I was messaged a while back and someone said, oh, you should really think about using whichever one it was, because compared to other fertiliser and lime spreaders, it uses a fraction. So, okay, I thought they all ran at a sort of similar flow rates. I was going to say speed, but that flow rate. I'm going to switch this out with the New Holland. So the Mercedes will pull the cart, and the New Holland will do the ripping, I've been looking at the brochure. You can bet your bottom dollar I'm going to be selling that baler. We've got a baler. It's a Vermeer baler. That's, you know, no problem at all. So I was just looking, just second-hand, you know, used prices, what they're going for. That's worth 41 grand. If I sell it directly, so it's going to be more than that. That cultivator's 15 grand. And then obviously I got the Tekla. So if I sell all of those, then I've got the money for... Yeah, I've got the money to buy a quick bale. No brainer. That's happening. Switch that out. That's going to be a thing. Plus we can do... I'm sure we can have a silage tank, can't we? An additive tank on the quick bale as well, so we can get some silage additive, and that will give us a bit of a boost when we're doing stuff. We've got one of the local workers helping us out with the harvester at the moment while I'm doing all this stuff. I've said this on many different Let's Plays. I'm all about, I'll share the work, I'll share the love. We pay our workers well. There you go, see? Let's turn the other way and done the small strip, which is quite handy. Right, beacons off. Drop that. So yeah, all these things that hadn't crossed my mind, and then I suddenly thought, oh, I wonder if, you know, I didn't even think to look at what that baler was worth, and now I know what it's worth. That's awesome. We have to move that harvester because that's going to stop in a minute when it gets in that row. And then we turn it the other way. These are all slightly at an angle as well, like the other fields. They're not quite straight. Or is it just going to use my money and back up the entirety of the field? Yes, it is, isn't it? But I'm not ploughing fast enough to catch it. No, stop! Bloomin' workers. I'm looking forward to 25. I'm looking forward to the new GPS AI field mapping systems, so you can set a worker off to do the headlands first, and then you shouldn't have a problem. It will go bum 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 bum. It will do everything it needs to do, supposedly. And we are going to be testing that when it comes out. We're going to be pushing it to the limits. Yep, I don't think I'm getting any closer. Right. Got to get cracking. I've got a 10 PM deadline. I've got, you know, I'm out for wobble pops and fun apparently. No, I didn't mention wobble pops, but you know, just gone 3:15. We've got 22,500 litres in here. I don't know why I thought it was 23,000. Anyway, and we got just over 2,000 here. Actually, we need to that header shouldn't be on the floor like that. Let's raise it up. This is a kind of Franken-Harvester, isn't it? It's like Frankenstein's monster. It's a John Deere, but not a John Deere. Actually, it's not a John Deere, but looks like a John Deere. We've got a John Deere header, but not the John Deere header that goes with it. It should be with something else, but it does work. It's a mishmash of all sorts of things, isn't it? It is a harvester, but not. It's pretending to be something it isn't. So yeah. The Franken-Harvester. I think we actually will leave the beacons on for the time being. So what I'm going to do, turn the engine off. We need to get that back. We've now got a worker plugging away on the ploughing. Hopefully it will come all the way to the end. I'm going to do 2 or 3 strips side to side to give us a bit of a headland, and I'll let the worker carry on. Hopefully it's not going to overrun into next door's field. I might do a couple of strips this way actually, just to make sure it doesn't, because the last thing I need when I go away is for it to cause havoc. Ooh. I like his moustache, it's rather cool. It's like a mutton chop type deal. Anyway, so I just thought, yeah, that's where we're at. I'm going to take that back, get that in, and hopefully we've got room in our silo. We might have to put another silo in. It wasn't too expensive, was it? We can always put another one in somewhere, I guess. Quarter to 4. Money's gone down. Hope it's going to go back up a little bit. I have leased this. This was 800. I just looked at getting the soil sampling done for us on that field, and it was nearly 3 grand to have a soil sampling done for us. So I've leased this for 800. I think it's going to work out cheaper doing it ourselves. We've bought this fertiliser spreader. This will do 6,000 litres. We've got fertiliser in it, 5,000 litres, but it just ain't dawned on me. Don't need the fertiliser yet. What I need to do is lime that field, so we do the nitrogen first, then once the crop's in it, then we'll worry about that. But I still don't know what to do about sensors. I don't know if I can upgrade these with sensors. I probably can. Anyway, first things first, baler and disc harrow are coming back. We'll sell those. Let's do that first. $16,882, that's not too bad. Let's sell that. And we'll sell this. We get our quick bale. I don't just get a quick bale or a quick bale. The quick bale does, is it 15 miles an hour? And the quick is 23, I think it is. To be fair, the standard quick bale is still quicker anyway. I don't know. I haven't really decided. It does speed up the process, but in all honesty, speeding up the process is going to be done by not having to bale, then wrap separately. Anyway, plus we can do silage additive as well. What are we getting for this? 45,998. That's not too bad at all, is it? So actually, that's enough to buy our bale already. So what I'll do is I'll take that back, do our soil sampling. We'll have to dump the stuff out of that, the fertiliser that's in it. We've got some bags of lime already, haven't we? So we'll get the lime, we'll get the nitrogen done on that field. So much to do, so much to do. All the corn is in our silo, that's done. And then our meeting at 10 o'clock, and we'll see what happens there. I might show you up there when I'm doing the soil sampling. I might do, I haven't decided. And then possibly the quick clip of the nitrogen. What I'll do is grab that first to the front, so I'm not moving a massive piece of equipment around. And then we'll sort out, pick up the baler. And I might go for a manufacturer, I don't know, I haven't decided. I quite like my Kubota windrower actually. I might go for it in boater colours, I don't know. There we go, let's get this back. I think this spreads, I want to say 24 metres. I'm sure it was 24. I suppose I need to start looking at more baling contracts now. We can speed up that process a little bit. Oh, and I've got the Tekla as well to bring back. That wasn't expensive anyway to buy. Was that 4 grand initially? So it's not going to be a huge amount back on that. Our samples are back from the laboratory, possibly the same laboratory that our Frankenstein harvester was created in. So what I'm doing now is getting our pH down, getting that sorted. This is running out fairly quickly, but we've got more over in the barn. We bought 2 bags of 8,000. At the time it seemed like a lot, but this is going to work out quite well now. Save me on going back, and I might have to refill this, but I shouldn't have to buy any more bags, I hope. With automatic application on, this is putting down exactly what it needs for the soil, and then hopefully when we switch out to fertiliser and back over to our fields later on, maybe tomorrow now, once our crops are in the next growth stage on our fields, we should then be able to put down the rest of the nitrogen required in addition to the slurry that we put down, to make sure we got what we need. I hope. That at least is my plan. I know how I go with plans, but we'll see. I'm sure it'll be absolutely fine. It is close to 10 PM. I am arriving, I think the tail is around the back of there, at our location, destination. And I'm not too sure which one I'm supposed to be going to. Is it this one here? With stuff, oh, there's stuff out. There's cakes out, potentially. Cakes. I don't know, actually. Oh, hang on a minute. What is going on? Just notice the lights. Oh, listen to that. Proper rave. Let's go for it. Rave. Wow. I don't know who this is now then. This is bizarre. I'm going to get done for copyright, aren't I? I've got to keep talking because the music's going to be too loud. What in the world? I know I was invited, so, you know. I know I like to... And when I say let my hair down, I know how ironic that is. My beard hair. Let's say my beard hair. If anyone's actually met me or seen me at any point, you know, the hair situation. It does tend to blow in my face a lot, you know how it is. I guess we've just got to go for it. We'll just go in and see what happens. Wow, I'm too old for this. I'm too old for this. 100%. It's 1:02 in the morning. And I realised earlier on I must have muted my mic by accident. Anyway, it was Feldin. You know Feldin? You remember Feldin from all sorts of Let's Plays and stuff we've done? Feldin's in town. He's in town visiting friends. He's in Poland. The Pawlak family on FS19. He worked for them, helped them out on Lubelska Dolina. So he's in Poland visiting them. They have a friend in Szpakowo, and they've had a bit of a problem, a bit of an issue, family-related stuff going on, but not sort of that kind of need to nip off and do something. A kind of I need to shut up shop completely and go, and I think it's like looking after an ill relative of some description. So Feldin has bought their property, but here's the catch. Feldin is in Poland visiting the Pawlak family, has bought the land to help out, but is currently working out of Brazil. So he's bouncing them backwards and forwards. So he might do a little bit there, a little bit here. He has said it'd be awesome with the farm supply shop that when he is here and he does start to do some work, that he would love to utilise the farm supply, whatever supplies it might be we have. But I think what we're going to have to do to start off with is help out Feldin, I think, because the farm along the road, as far as I'm aware, there are chickens and bees. I think you mentioned a root crop. There might be root crop storage as well, actually. So we might have to feed them. That's a good point, actually. If that's the case, I haven't got enough. I've only got enough barley and wheat. I mean, barely enough barley and wheat for making my own seed, let alone enough to feed chickens. So we might have to buy some pallets, I think. That's going to end up being what we do. Obviously, this time of the morning, that's not going to work, is it? I'm too old for this. I'm no spring chicken. My days of staying up till 4 or 5 in the morning till the sun comes up, they're long gone. Long gone. Plus I've got work to do. I can't stay up. So the party's still going. They're going to keep... Look, that's going to keep going all night, I reckon. Feldin's on a bender. So anyway, I'm going to head home, get some sleep, and then tomorrow morning we'll get up, we'll whiz out, and have a look, see what it's about. We'll check out the farm. I mean, I say farm, small holding. It's not like a full-blown farm. But if we can help out a friend in some way, I'm more than happy to do so. So let's head back. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to do. What else have I got to do? Nothing tonight. Obviously, it's too dark. But I honestly can't for the life of me think. Well, we have to sort out tomorrow when we get up. We'll do that, and then we'll check on the situation with regard to our nitrogen on our 2 fields. The bales are all right. I've got 3 baling contracts I've taken on, so I'm going to do those. But I'll do those off camera. That's cost to boost the finances somewhat, I think. And yeah, we should be right, I think. I've left barn lights on all over the place. There's stuff. Well, the cows are all doing all right. Oh, I need to check on my manure actually. Let's see how we're doing for our manure. Oh, get in. That's doing really well actually. Considering I haven't got a huge amount of animals in here, to be fair, but they're producing a fair amount of manure. I'm thinking as well, if when they do reproduce, we move them over, that would be absolutely awesome. Also, my baler as well. Yeah, the new baler. The baler's there. I went for an AGCO. I mean, just it's the baler, but I went for AGCO colours. Let's just say that. Seeding needs to be done on the field we've taken the corn off of. I need to start making lists. I'm going to need barns. It's just having the money to keep moving forward. But I think I'm going to need to cover something. Bales. What do I need to do with the bales? Nothing. Oh no, bales right. Sorry, I'm just trying to process everything. They're already into silage. I was going to say, yeah, the mistake I made with this, when I leased the baler that I needed, because I didn't borrow equipment, thought I'll get a baler wrapper. I leased it on the wrong account. I didn't lease it on my account. I leased it on the bank, and they wouldn't take the bales. That was my own fault. That's the mistake I made. I'm not running loads of accounts, just one. I'll see you in the morning. When I said I'll see you in the morning, I suppose technically I meant I'll see you later. We get to use the little pickup. That'd be cool. I'm not sure. Actually, what I might do is I use the forklift to put the pallets in the back. Am I going to get a standard one or a farm supply one? Farm supply one's 5,000 litres for 1,000. And the standard one is 1,000 litres. Is it for 1,000? But I don't know whether this will lift a 5,000 litre pallet. Whether they've been adjusted. I'm not sure if they've actually. We'll have to see which orientation I'm going to put in. I don't know when I get there as well whether or not I'll be able to unload into that. I guess we'll see, won't we? Yeah, I guess all I need to do is I'll purchase one of each. If one doesn't work and I can't load it, I'll load the other one and I'll work out some way of getting over there. It might mean using a trailer or something like that, I think. So one of each it is. Yeah, 5,000 litres, 1,000 litre farm supply pack standard in game. It does say 4 tonne. I just we're about to find out. Oh, I've got a funny feeling this is going to go horribly wrong, but why wouldn't it? I mean, everything else seems to, doesn't it? I just... If this does pick it up, I'm better off in this orientation, because the other orientation there's more weight hanging off the front. Oh, okay. How weird. Why did I... I'm sure I've tried picking these up before with other forklifts, and it's just been an absolute nightmare. That's too wide, isn't it? Will that fit on there? Can I get that through that gap? I mean, technically, I'm just over a little bit further. Oh, there you go. We're in. Oh. Have I wedged it? Oh, I'm good at this. Yep, quality. What? Oh, that's a lot of weight over the axle as well. I think I might have to change orientation. So now the question is, if I come in from the other side of this, will it? I mean, there's no reason why it wouldn't lift it. I didn't think it'd lift it as it was, so I don't see any reason why it wouldn't work this time round. So I'll just get it on this way around, and then we'll take this one out, and I'll come back for the other one at some point. Even if I use the forklift, I could just drive down the road with the forklift or on the pavement. I probably shouldn't go on the pavement with the forklift, but as long as I've got my beacons going, I should be fine. I mean, that's what I'm going with. All my training on forklift simulator coming in handy here, isn't it? To some degree, greater or lesser. So, if I can get that as far as I can, and then give it a bit of a shove forward. Oh no, that's too far over the back axle. That's a lot of weight. So the forklift's... why won't it let me... please let me... come on. Come on. Oh no. That, yeah, it's too much weight over the back of the rear axle. Not on the rear axle, but too far back. Right, bull in a china shop time. Let's just... it's an old clunker of a van. It was second hand. It's used. It's abused. It's fine. We'll just give it a bit of a... there you go. That's all I needed. Just now it's forward of that rear axle. No bother at all. I mean, that's how all the professional forklift drivers do it. That's, you know, if the load's stuck on something, just keep going until it goes on properly. Right, let's take this over. We'll go and check this farm out, shall we? Let's go and see what Felden has purchased and what he might need some help with. I do like this little van. It's very cool. I haven't used it very much. Not... whoa. Okay, that was heavy. I suppose 5,000 litres in there. It did not want to stop. We were straight out in the road. Scary times. Now, I think we're just along here. Yeah, that's it. There's the house. Chickens. Looks like root crops the right. Actually, let's put this on. Yeah, let's go. Let's get off the road. And check it all out. I'll do the chickens in a minute. That's what we got. Whoa. Now, how many of you thought immediately he's going to open that door and there's going to be something in there that he wants, something that he needs? This is not the Survive to Farm series. We're alright. Silage clamp, chickens. How many of them? 20. Pretty cool. I haven't got any feed. So yeah, we did the right thing, bring stuff over here. And then over this side of the road, I'm sure it's a root crop. I mean, that's just cobbled together. We got stone, we got concrete. Yeah, but I'm right, cellar. Silo's empty. Don't know how much it will hold, but I suppose we could bring some potato over and try and put some in here. Look at that. I even checked before I crossed the road. So the other thing then was bees. Where are the bees? Oh, there's a crop in here as well. Potatoes. Alright. Oh, weeds. We'll have to come and harvest those at some point. I suppose we could do some work on the field. Yeah, beehives are up in the trees. Right? They're bee trees. Well, not. I mean, they're in hives, not in trees, but they are up in the trees. I'm losing my mind today more than usual. You may have already noticed. Oh, that's pretty cool. There's a few up here. Different, not having the big old Langstroth. Bit of honey there, so we're going to have to keep on top of that. Keep on top of the feeding the chickens, and then obviously whenever Feldin's back, he can then do whatever he needs to do on his farm. So what we need to do now? Do I need to do anything on that? Saying nitrogen good. Oh no, nitrogen bad. Why is it every field I'm on or own or have access to, the nitrogen's bad? Okay, well, let's see what we can do about these chickens, shall we? And then what I'll do, I'll put the pallet under the shed, under the lean-to at the side, and then I'll bring the other one over at some point as well. We'll do that with the forklift, I guess. So what I need to do now is, was that it? Okay, well they've got plenty there. I'll keep them going for a while, won't it? I'll put it in here. Bring the fork. So I just leave the van. No, I shouldn't really. Just leave the van because I can't bother to unload it. Just leave it there. Why not? I was just about to do some more bull in the china shop there. But what if I just slam into that back wall? Do you think the pallet will slide away? But not. I'll get a forklift and I'll sort it out. I'm going to see over at the farm in a minute. Well, at least we've found the farm that Feldin was talking about. So this is Feldin's land now. He owns this. I'm here to help out. Like I said, always happy to help out a friend. Well, that's cool. Is that a pilot? I assume we've got autumnal things happening. This map is gorgeous. It's getting more gorgeous as we go through the seasons. I mean, look at it. Look at it. It's not the only gorgeous map. I do know that. Of course I do. Right, I'm just going to finish off then. All the fertiliser that was in the back I unloaded. All the lime that I finished off with I unloaded from doing the other filter that's now here. I've just done a little test and I'm pleased to note that, you know what I said when I was doing the slurry, and the crop was in and I was doing it and it wasn't saying anything about the crop type, because normally your nitrogen is linked to your crop type. So depending on what crop you put in will depend on, you know, how much nitrogen it takes. But then when I was slurrying over the field, it wasn't saying anything about the crop type. It was just saying about the ground type. If I go into the field now, look at bottom left, and now look top left, and it says increase in nitrogen level to optimal value for wheat on sandy loam. So this is what I wanted it to do originally, and that again, because I've predominantly done chemical fertilizers, done it like this with my application, I haven't really done slurry manure very much, and again made the assumption that it would be exactly the same, and it wasn't. So this application now should bring everything to perfect, so we should get the correct yield, we should get everything we need to. I've got my other field to do, then I've got my seeding, sowing of my big field to do. Let me swing that around there, bring that across the bottom, and we are golden. So I should hop out now. Bottom right should have, there we go, pH perfect, nitrogen perfect. That's what it should have been when I was panicking about the silage, the slurrying, sorry. That's what it should have been. So what I'm going to do now, oh, I just realised the colour match almost matches. That wasn't intentional. How did I manage to do that? Never mind. So our next field over here will do this, and I might take a load of potatoes over to that root crops cellar at some point and see if they'll store in there. That might, yeah, could be my payment for helping Feldin out, that I can store some stuff there. So let's go on here. There we go. This is more like it. Bottom left have been. Not that it always has to be green. There's different shades of it, as we can see. I'm going way too far over. Look, I'm wasting half of that on the next field over. Not even my field. It's taking far less on here though. And you'll notice as well, compared to the field to our left, which is shown on the mini map as being sort of a khaki into greens, this one is still saying perfect, although if you look at the image, it's more yellowy, and that's just down to the soil type. So listen to me talking like I'm an expert and know what I'm talking about. Oh, you know, as was clearly seen in that previous episode, nope. Not at all. Anyway, I'm glad I decided to go down this route because that's going to make life so much easier. That's both our fields now. Perfect pH, perfect nitrogen level. We are golden, and that is it for the end of this episode. We've got a fair bit done. We bought some new gear. We swapped some stuff out. This has changed so much since we first arrived. We've got stuff all over the place, but I'm very happy with that. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.